Hello Virgos, this will be general tarot reading for your zodiac sign. Thank you for watching. If the reading resonates, please click like and subscribe to my channel. Like I said, it will be a general reading. I hope everything I say resonates with your situation, but you will know as you listen to these messages if they are related to your love life, your work, career, or personal life, things you're going through right now. And this reading is for the month of January. And of course, sometimes the messages are about the person in your life or somebody in your life, even though the reading is for you. But that's because their actions or things they're going through, things they feel, emotions they feel could be impacting you. So if you need certain answers and you are here watching, perhaps there is a reason why you are here watching this reading. So let's see what messages you will get today. I will pull 3 cards to look at your current energies. If we need to clarify anything, we will clarify it. Then we will move on to what's coming with 3 cards and then advice. Virgo. Let's look at Virgo. 3 cards for Virgo, month of January. What does Virgo need to know in month of January? Virgo. Page of Wands. 2 more, please. Judgment. 1 more card. Virgo. Justice. Justice is Libra's card, if you need to know that. I don't know if you have any business or with Libra, but just to mention it. So, okay, we have Page of Wands, Judgment, and Justice cards. I have a feeling that in December or even in November in 2025, you got very excited about something. You have created a plan or wish to start something. Some of you have already started it, but you are at the beginning of something, or you were at the beginning of something. You felt the excitement. Something was calling you to act. Some kind of a passion you were feeling for this, something new that you wanted to start. New ideas, being called to be creative, but you were driven by this passion that you kind of wanted to start. It's related to what you find passionate. Something was igniting the passion in you. The reason I keep saying you is because it seems something very personal to you. So it doesn't have to be a love life or anything. It's just something that someone said, oh, it is time to do this, or it's time to make these changes, or it's time for the beginning. And again, it could be a new job or a new career, self-employment or a new hobby, something new. But again, you were really fired up about it. And the reason I say you were fired up about it, because you have judgment. That energy of awakening surrounds you through this card and through this energy. You really want to make changes. You want to go in a new direction. That kind of a change. You want to make a big change. Like I said, it's very personal, strong energy for you in order to make these improvements in your life. Turn your direction from, going one way to another way. It could be making changes in love life, but it could also be related to getting a new job, career, or like I said, project that will help you become self-employed. it's almost like a hearing that call. And I always get that energy when I see a page of wands. I see that vision of somebody really hearing a call. A voice is calling onto them, and they can finally hear it. Same as, or a similar energy surrounds Judgment card. Hearing the call, answering the call. You are fired up. I think you are finally realizing that in that sense, you deserve better in life. Whatever that is, you want more, you want it to be better. Justice. Justice is about being fair, and it's about balance. Something is maybe requiring you to be truthful, to be very clear what you want, because you have to make some kind of a decision, especially if you are making a legal decision. Let's say it could be a contract. You're changing a company, you're changing job, you need to sign a paper. And so the emphasis is on that, on being honest, act with integrity, being very objective. Use your clarity in your mind when you make that decision. So in the month of January, you will be making some kind of a decision where you have to be very clear what you want. I see the passion. I feel the passion in you and this call for making changes. Like, I want more. I deserve more. And you have made some steps because Page has moved on. He answered the call, but important decisions sometimes require, important paperwork to sign, or, maybe you are at the point where you have to, like I said, do some legal things. And so it's time to use our head, less fire. I mean, you relied on fire so far, but now we have to rely on our mind. I don't want to go further into this because, again, it is a general reading. So I don't want to pull more cards on what could it be, because you know what's that fire in you. I mean, is it related to work? What is that it's calling you to say, hey, I want more. I want changes. I have this vision. I want it, and I'm going to make steps. And maybe some of you have already made the steps. Like I said, in 2025, so you are, some kind of a mid-level of this project. You're not at the total beginning of this project. So that's why I want to go like, oh, could it be related to work or love life, or it's a relationship, you're moving the relationship to a new level? No, you know what that is for you. Let's move on with the 3 cards, what to expect. What's coming related to this type of energy, or these changes, this call you've been wanting to answer, or you have answered. Virgo, what's coming up for Virgo for this situation, in this situation? Virgo, January. Emperor. That's a great card, especially if we are building something, because we want to make sure we build it strong. But let's see what 2 other cards are standing next to the Emperor. What's coming up for Virgo? Two of Wands. Yeah, things are moving. And decisions. One more card, and we'll talk about it once I have this 3rd card out. We'll talk more about it. Virgo, what's coming up? Three of Cups. And in this deck, I see these 3 people, or holding these cups. They're like they are really celebrating something. The Emperor, 2 of Wands and 3 of Cups. Good energies, good things are coming your way. Again, just like in justice and in a judgment, the importance of first your passion, also your logic, your reasoning, being very honest with yourself first and with the other people about the decisions you're trying to make, especially if it's something of a legal nature. With the Emperor, we know about the rules. It's about rules. It's about authority, especially if you're building something. If you're trying to create something, protect it. Being serious about it, especially paired with justice, staying organized, have a strategy. Okay, this is what I want. I'm building a business. Yes, I have to sign some papers, but I have to have a plan. I have to organize it. I have to have a strategy. Okay, not just for today, but for tomorrow, for the next 5 years. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? That's something the Emperor would have you think about. And of course, it requires discipline, willpower. All that energy surrounds the Emperor, staying in charge and having self-control. For some of you, I'm not sure if Aries is part of this picture. I'm going to just mention it because Aries is part of the Emperor energy. And so in the coming days, in the coming weeks, you will have to stay very organized, have a plan, and be dedicated to it. Stay focused. Everything is telling me here that you have to stay focused, especially with the Two of Wands here. With you holding a wand and then the world in your hand, thinking, do I make this step or not? Do I stay here or for a little bit longer, or do I, take that next level? What do I do? Do I move forward? Or should I wait for a sign? So you will have some kind of questions. You will be making plans. You will be working on those plans. Like I said, you will have to stay organized. You will have to have a strategy, create certain boundaries, have a plan. Something is definitely expanding for you related to the plan and changes you've been called to make. Feeling very passionate about it. Making decision. And like I said here, I see you celebrating a victory. Maybe it's a small victory, but you will be celebrating something. I see you having fun times with a company, of people that maybe you enjoy. You are having a good time. Some kind of a friendly gathering that you will be part of in January. Maybe that's your group where you're mingling, like networking, trying to gather some kind of information, support, advice. Definitely, having fun and enjoying company of people you want to be part of. So that is for the month of January for you, Virgo. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to pull 3 more cards as an advice. And of course, I always believe in those cards just because sometimes they tell us more than anything else in terms of the steps we are supposed to do in order to reach the goal we are making. Virgo, what is the advice for Virgo? Virgo, advice for Virgo, month of January. 3 cards. Oh, flipped. Okay, 1 flipped. 5 of coins. I've noticed, and this has been going on for years, that every time I get advice card, it's always a card like that, like a 5 of coins or death or something that people, or one of the zodiac sign, they had the Tower as advice. But let's pull 2 more cards for Virgo, and then we're going to talk about it. What does it mean in your situation? What are they telling you? Spirit guide. 2 more cards. 5 of Swords, like I said. Very often I see these cards, what you should be watchful for as an advice card. what not to do. Ace of Wands. So, like I said, we have 5 of Pentacles or 5 of Coins, 5 of Swords, and Ace of Wands. With Ace of Wands, just like you had here with the Page of Wands, talks about your passion. That idea that you have, that it's time for action, you are excited, you want to do something, it's like you received a call, you have a plan, you're ready to move. And this is not just currently, like I said, this goes back to the past, at the beginning of that plan that you had. Sometimes when we get very excited about something and we are very happy about it, there could be people around us that don't see things our way. And that goes to the card 5 of Swords, because we see a group of people there. It could be definitely more than one. They are communicating. And when I see 5 of Swords in a reading where somebody is very passionate about something, they're very excited about something, they have a plan, they want to be independent, they have reached a point, let's say, I know what I want. I'm talking about Judgment card. Sometimes we bump into a person that will say, oh no, you can't do it. Like they will argue with you about something, or they're creating a conflict, or it's kind of a communication that you will not enjoy. It's almost like you have to tell them, hey, I know what I want, I have a plan, and that's why you have the Emperor there, and that's why you have the Justice card there. Don't listen to naysayers. Don't listen to bad advice. Don't listen to advice from a person that you maybe even know they could be deceitful, because they want to control. They think they are better than everybody else. They know everything. They could mislead you out of jealousy. I don't know what the reason could be to mislead you. So watch for that. Watch for the energy of 5 of Swords. Somebody wants to win at any cost. Somebody wants to feel important. It's the ego of that person. So if you need a legal advice, ask somebody knowledgeable. Do not ask somebody they have made some serious mistakes in their life, and they're known to mislead people, or maybe you're sensing some kind of a energy of jealousy. Because we definitely don't want to be in the energy of the 5 of Pentacles. Watch for that. Negative thoughts, don't let them put in any negative thoughts in your head, like, oh no, it can't be done. This is too much for you, like this step, this change you're making. Oh, no, don't do that. Or maybe they'll say, oh, maybe you should do it this way. No, and then you start doubting yourself, you start getting negative thoughts, especially if you, at some point, you had a misstep. Because with the 5 of Coins, we get that sense of like, oh, this will never work for me, because we feel we are looking at the greatness of other people, how they succeeded, and we feel like we are not part of that. We want to be there, but we are not. So if we have this negativity around us coming from another side, of course we're going to get stuck in that energy of, I'm down, no, it will never happen to me, because we are listening to those voices. Sometimes for some people, and for anybody, it could happen that the 5 of Swords, that other person could be our inner voice, that negative inner voice that sometimes would not let us go after something passionate we want, like with the Ace of Wands. That's passion, something the fire igniting in you. You want to do something. Don't let any kind of a negativity put a stop on your passion. You don't want any tension around you or in you. You don't want anybody including yourself, to create any kind of a burden, you're like, oh, I can't do this. This is too much for me. It's not the right time. I don't have a support, or, oh, this is too hard. I still need to do this. Don't lose your focus. Don't do that, because I see plenty of passion here. And with the justice, I said, you have maybe touched the bottom at some point. And I said, hey, it's time to make changes. I don't know, could it be your age, or you're just tired of something? You want to make a drastic change. You want to feel like a new person. Make a huge changes. Just act with honesty, integrity, objectivity, and make a true, decisions. Like if they are legal decisions, make sure they are based on truth and clarity. Like I said, stay away from negative people. Again, so far, your January looks fine. I love to see people who are, who feel passionate about something. They are willing to make changes. Just don't let that fire dies, to don't let it die just because you're facing some kind of a doubt. You face some kind of obstacle, or there's somebody else in your life that's creating that obstacle. But January, as I said, looks really good for you. You have certain decisions to make, making plans, decisions to move forward, what's the next step, and of course, like I said, you will be having fun in a group, or with group of people, or surrounded with people who will enjoy your company, and you will enjoy their company. Okay, my dear Virgos, I hope these messages resonate with you in this month, or maybe you are listening about something that was happening, in the previous year. You just needed me to say something to encourage you to continue working on these changes. I don't want this passion in you, or this fire in you, to stop. I want you to continue creating and protecting, like this emperor. I want you to protect your plans and your goals, and keep adding those, how would I say, the boundaries to your plans, and protecting what you're trying to create here. If this resonated with you, please click like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.